Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla and today I will be your cosmic guide as we read into the full moon on February 1st. As this is a collective reading, please be at peace with anything that does not resonate and trust that these messages have found you at the right time. I have intended the messages for our highest and best good. And thank you so much in advance for interacting with this video, liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the bell so you're notified when I post new content. As I mentioned, this full moon in Leo arrives on February 1st, and it's the first major lunar climax of the month. It's a moment of illumination, visibility, and emotional truth. I also want to share the bottom of the deck for the numerology cards that I got. It's card number 2, Patience. And I'm being drawn to share it because this month might feel a little chaotic, it might feel crazy on a bigger level and on a personal level. We have a lot going on astrologically, and we've got the solar eclipse in the middle of the month. So it might feel a little crazy, but I wanted to share this because we're being called to exhibit patience and trust and going with the flow, and whatever chaos may happen, just try to regulate your nervous system so that you yourself aren't feeling all of the chaos and taking it on when you don't need to. If you can separate yourself from the energies around the world and be stable within your own energy, that'll be important. Leo is ruled by the sun, and under this full moon, whatever has been living quietly in the shadows is brought into the light. This isn't subtle energy. Leo doesn't whisper, it roars. It asks us to be seen, to express, and to take up space without apology. What's especially important about this full moon is that it rises during Aquarius season, directly opposing the Aquarius sun. That creates a powerful polarity with the individual heart, Leo, versus the collective vision, Aquarius. This moon isn't asking you to choose between personal truth and collective responsibility. It's asking you to integrate both of them. Where have you been dimming yourself in the name of fitting in, staying safe, or not rocking the boat? And where might your authentic self-expression actually serve the collective more than silence ever could? Leo governs creativity, joy, pride, and emotional visibility. Under this new moon, many of us are confronted with places where we've told ourselves our dreams were too much, our desires too big, and our gifts inconvenient. This moon challenges that narrative. It asks, who told you to shrink, and why are you still listening? This is a deeply heart-centered full moon. Leo energy moves through the heart, not the mind. You may notice emotions intensifying, not to overwhelm you, but to show you exactly where your energy wants to flow. Joy becomes louder, longing becomes clearer, and anything misaligned becomes harder to ignore. Rather than resisting that intensity, this moon invites you to use it as fuel. Leo teaches us that authentic expression is not selfish, it's magnetic. When you live from your truth, you give others permission to do the same. Communities thrive not when everyone is the same, but when each person shines without eclipsing another. There's also strong inner child healing available under this full moon. Leo connects us to the version of ourselves that created freely, loved openly, and didn't need permission to exist. You might be asked to reflect on how you learned to relate to attention and visibility. Were you celebrated for who you were, or only for what you accomplished? This moon gently but firmly reminds you, you do not need to earn love. You do not need to perform to be worthy. You are allowed to be radiant simply because you exist. Energetically, this full moon acts like a spotlight, revealing not to shame, but to free. It shows you which goals come from your true self and which were shaped by external expectations or comparison. When you release what isn't yours, you create space for joy that actually nourishes you. The message of this Leo full moon is clear. Stop waiting for permission. Stop editing yourself down to fit smaller spaces, and let your heart lead even if the path isn't fully visible yet. Courage doesn't mean certainty, it means trusting the next step your heart is asking you to take. This full moon invites you to choose authenticity over approval, expression over fear, and love over self-doubt. When you do, your light doesn't just transform your own life, it becomes a beacon for others. I really love this energetic feel of the individual, but also the collective, integrating both of them. And that feels, I guess, really on point with me because Leo is in my first house, so the house of self, and Aquarius is directly across from that, the one on one relationships that I have. I'm feeling that sort of tug or that call to integrate both sides of myself and making sure I'm giving room for myself as well and still nourishing the relationships that I have. I hope you enjoy any cat noises in the background and I hope they aren't too obnoxious. But to get into our piles, we have pile 1 with leadership, and we're using this deck. And we have pile 2, 46, domestic harmony. And we're using this deck. I intended for these numerology cards to come out and give sort of the theme or overall topic of your Leo full moon and just something that will grab your intuition and your attention to pick the pile that is meant for you. So if any of these themes are standing out for you this month, definitely trust your intuition with that. Also, take a look into your natal chart and see where Leo is in your chart, and that house will give you some ideas about what themes are coming up under this full moon. And maybe you can see similar themes that are coming out. So, for example, if you are also a Leo rising, you can have leadership qualities, and that can be coming out to you more often, and you can be drawn to that. Or if Leo's in your 7th house, for example, of relationships, or your home, the 4th house, you can be experiencing something in your domestic sphere and maybe that'll draw you in. Look at this intuitively, there's no wrong answer, and have fun. And I'll go ahead and leave it here so you may pause the video and pick whichever pile is resonating. One or both, doesn't matter. I trust that there will be a message for you either way, and I'll see you in that pile. Hello and welcome, pile 1. Thank you for being here. You chose card number 81, leadership. And first up, we have for you, what energy do you need to release in order to unlock your heart's power? Essentially, where are you hiding? And with the 7 of Wands reversed, I'm seeing this as running away from the blocks that you have set, the walls that you have set for yourself, like the tight overprotection. So if you've been putting up a lot of barriers and just guarding yourself so much, is kind of needing to release that energy so that you can unlock your heart, essentially. If you've heard of heart blocks before or like heart walls, that's in the Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He goes over that. But it's essentially, we have these walls, literally these blocks and defenses around our heart, and for us to get through that, we have to break through them. We can't hide anymore. We can't hide because of the fear and the unknown that comes with opening up and being vulnerable. So the energy you need to release is stop running away. Stop guarding yourself and putting up a fortress, because when you stop doing that, you can shine. And where are you ready to shine? We've got the Ace of Pentacles. With this, it's certainly a new like business idea or a new way to make money. So you can own your truth here and go for what you want. If you have this business idea, just go for it. Don't overthink it so much. This isn't the time. If your heart's desire is that, then you can find a way. And aces, like the Ace of Pentacles, is a new beginning, but it's only a new beginning if you take it. If you take this hand and you take that pentacle, it'll be a new beginning. But if you don't, then you won't have that beginning. And it's something you have to ask yourself if you're okay with letting it go or pushing it off for another year, another time, because it might be better another time. If you keep pushing it off, you may not do it. And it's to ask yourself if it's fear or your intuition asking you to pause, because there are more beneficial times than others to start a business or start something, like if you want to wait till the planets are in order. But if you hold off because you're scared and you just don't want to go through the face of failure, then that's when you really got to get clear with yourself. Let yourself shine the way it's meant to. This new beginning is yours if you take it. And what supports your courageous visibility? What helps you move forward in your power? I'm going to cover up the page just a little bit here. She's not risque, but it's a little close. With the Five of Cups and the Page of Wands, I like the question of visibility. What supports courageous visibility? And it's literally just removing your hands out of your face and removing them from the grief that you want to harbor on, and so that you can see the world around you, all the abundance, and then the adventure that's ahead and the unclaimed territory of the landscape, and just being able to play and have fun. It's time to move away from what's got your spirit down. Find ways to go bring it up, whether that's literally being in the sun, going out in nature. Nature was in the Ace of Pentacles too, so if this is a big theme for you, nature heals. So you're asking to stop ruminating and stop only seeing the bad here. You're only seeing the bad if your eyes are focused on nothingness or the lack. It's time to appreciate and be grateful for the abundance that you do have and the ability to go and make your own way. To have fun, be courageous, and don't be afraid. The pages are typically the juveniles of the tarot. It's just that inner child. Your inner child is asking to go play and have fun and explore new things. Your adult self needs to stop ruminating so that that inner child can be free. The crystal wisdom we've got for you today is lapis lazuli. Seek wisdom and truth. Open your mind to higher knowledge. And moonstone. Connect with lunar energy. Embrace your intuitive gifts. I love that. It's a full moon. We've got a full moon here, connecting with that lunar energy to bring about emotional healing in your intuition and allowing play. Allowing yourself to play and have fun. Seek wisdom and truth. Oh, seek wisdom and truth. That's drawing me back to the leadership. When you play, you can show others that they can play as well. And your inner self, even if your inner child needed a leader, someone to step up and show them that it's not all serious, you can do that for yourself. You don't need anyone else to do that for you. But there is a higher knowledge in being a leader and being able to direct people. You can put this energy of the Seven of Wands, instead of guarding yourself behind a fortress, you can use that to show other people how to move forward despite them, and had to be brave anyways, had to be courageous and face the fears, face the blocks. All right, Pile 1, this is a short and sweet message for you for your full moon, but I trust that this message has found you and that you can use it to the best of your ability. And I hope you have a great full moon cycle, and I'll see you in the next pile or in my next video. Hello and welcome, Pile 2. You chose number 46, Domestic Harmony. To jump right in, what energy do you need to release to unlock your heart's power? Where are you hiding? We've got the Death card. I'm drawn to the heads here at the bottom, and it's kind of like ego, kind of eliminating, hiding underneath your own ego and the fear and the things that keep you scared, and so that you could start anew. This is a brand new beginning. Death comes to bring rebirth. So if you're hiding in your own head, your own doubts and your fear, it's time to let that go, because there's energy here that wants to guide you to better, and for you to stop living in that, in your own head. Ooh, maybe even hiding behind some masks as well. Some false identities, some false narratives. And with the release comes your ability to shine and own your truth. So where can you do this? We have the Knight of Swords, and I'm drawn to the swords for the communication aspect, to use your voice and to use it to encourage others. It can be for so many things. You're ready to shine in using your voice. Other people want to hear the words you have to say or write or speak, and it's time to open that for yourself and time to be courageous about it. Go forward with it without any fear and without limiting yourself. It's taking action. swiftly too. Don't let the fear of waiting get to you. So if it's almost better just to jump the gun for you, maybe you're being invited to do that so you don't wait and then you don't miss the chance because you let yourself get into your head and talk you out of it. But that tongue, the communication, it's really important for you. So even since it's under domestic harmony, if you got to speak up about what you want in your home, your relationships, it's being able to do that. You are ready to shine and use your voice for good, for your heart's desire. And what supports your courageous visibility? How can you move forward in this power? We've got the star, and I can't show it because it's a not okay card to show. But the star comes to say that there is always hope. You can always look forward to that guiding star and know and trust that things will be okay, even if it does feel scary. Even if you had to go through some obstacles, there is hope on the other side. I'm getting drawn to the water here in the desert because it's about nourishing what has been dried and left unnourished. It can be your voice, it can be you. You are the desert and you need to be nourished because you've been so dried out, whether that's from your own doing or just society. But it's time to really put yourself out there and be vulnerable, be authentic. The bottom of the deck is also temperance. So these two images are really, really similar in the sense that there's a balance of water and there's a balance of that emotional flow and balancing of substance. Rising above, I just heard. Rising above who you thought you were. I saw this in the sense of the water and the reflection and how that reflection isn't always true. And if you don't like what you see, you can always change it. You can always be better and you can always be more authentic and in your own skin. And with that, we have some crystal wisdom for you. Purify your spirit, cleanse your energy for new beginnings. So there's lots of newness here. That death is ready just to come and start new. Start with the desert, start from scratch. And we've got Amazonite. Seek harmony and balance. Let peace be your guide. Literally the balance here with temperance and the star. That's so funny. Balancing that fear with action. Being scared, but being brave and doing it anyway. To ultimately reach the star, reach your hope in the new beginnings. It's about balancing that. So you're not overfueled with too much of one emotion or too much of one action, whether that's idleness or going for it. But I'm being really drawn to the voice aspect here. My throat's been acting up this whole time, and it's just, you have to use it. You have a voice, and there's no point in not using it. So go forward, use it, and provide inspiration to other people and hope to other people, to yourself, to that inner child who maybe felt like they couldn't speak up. So it's your chance now to revive that and choose a different path instead of living in your own head. Letting that ego control you because it's scared. And it's there to keep us safe and protected at times, and we can appreciate that, but it's also knowing when to let that story go and step into a different role. But with that, pile 2, this is all I have for you. This is pretty quick and simple and sweet, and I hope the messages align with you and make you feel supported in this full moon. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll either see you in another pile or I'll see you in another reading.